So, why hard work won't make you any money in 2026, and why hard work is actually killing your growth? So, you need to understand one thing in 2026, of course, AI systems, AI powered systems have more leverage than any human in history can ever have. So, hard work is not essential to make more money. And of course, it's a good habit, it can make you feel good, but feeling good has nothing to do with the money. Because if you're working on the wrong direction and if you're working extremely hard, it's not going to get you anywhere. You will end up disappointed and broken. So hard work is not going to get you anywhere. I mean, it's a good personality characteristic. I will say that it's a good characteristic, but it cannot help you to make more money, right? So hard work is a growth killer, especially in the 2026 when the AI is on the peak and everyone is talking about AI and systems, and it's quite annoying when you see those AI systems and hey, I can build this in one click, and then you have the API keys and you have the pop-ups everywhere. The subscription pop-ups everywhere. Hey, subscribe to me for $10. Hey, buy this subscription for $9, $8, and then you use that AI tools. It is extremely painful to go through the integration process. It's a nerve-wracking thing that copy and paste the API key from this platform to this. So of course, hard work is definitely a growth killer, but also relying on AI and artificial intelligence completely in 2026, I think that is also a growth killer, right? So here is the thing. There is an input and output difference when we talk about hard work. So construction workers, they work hard, really hard. There are a lot of people who work extremely hard, but not necessarily they're making money. But construction worker example is a very common example that everybody use. But there are a lot of other people that are working extremely hard but not making any good money. So because of the input and output reality. So let's say that you are Google CEO, right? And you have your input, which is a creative input, right? And that you're a Google employee. You also have an input, but that is not a creative input. It is a systematic input, right? That's why all the job people, all the people who are working in the offices are just robots, right? There is no creativity. You cannot expect anything creative from them. And I may be triggering a lot of people, corporate people right now, but that is actually true. True. You are just a 9 to 5 slave and you have limited input. Input means that what you do every day. You wake up, you do the same thing every day. Compared to the people who make a lot of money, their inputs are different. Mark Zuckerberg input is different, right? Google CEO's input is different. Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, has different input, right? So it's all about input and output game. Same goes to the construction worker. They have different input. The energy is same. Hard work is more intense, more physical when it comes to the construction worker job, but the output is not that great compared to the creative input, which is basically doing the smart thing, right? And that input is actually also stands for leverage. So when you're doing 2 hours of work and you're making 5,000 a day, that means that you have creative input, you have leverage over a lot of people, because a lot of people working for all day for $10 or $20, right? So you need to keep in mind the input and output difference, especially when you're choosing to work hard. Hard work is a good quality. I'm not saying that it's a bad quality, but in business you cannot apply that, not in 2026, because there are some AI tools that can literally work for you uh, and save a lot of time, right? But of course, that in order to integrate them, you need to have patience too, right? And of course, that they cannot be as creative at the same time. And that input and output system is actually used in engineering term, and it's a very famous quote about engineers, that garbage in, garbage out. When the input is garbage, the output is going to be garbage, right? So you need to have very clean input, a simple clean action that can achieve what you really wanted to achieve, which is basically, if you're a business owner, you want to make more money, then you need to have a very clean, simple solution that you can offer to the market, and get more customers, get more leads and clients. But in this, especially in this input scenario, there are a lot of things comes. For example, that if you're a marketer, your best input is interaction, right? Interaction means you need more audience, you need more people, you need to interact more with people, you need to get their trust, because eventually over time they can become your clients. So input and output difference is a great example to identify that hard work is meaningless. So there's a problem in our school system. There's a problem in our in colleges and in our universities, that we have been taught that work hard and everything will be easy for you, right? And stay consistent, keep grinding, but no one told you grinding in the wrong direction only takes you further away from freedom. So when you're a hardworking person, it's a good quality, and you're working extremely hard to achieve a certain goal, but you're not getting anywhere, that means that your hard work is getting wasted, and you should not follow the same pattern, the same input, right? It clearly means that if you're trying to achieve something and you're working hard, if you're not getting the results that you want in a certain time frame, which means that your actions, your inputs, your actions are not well optimized and are not good enough to get to your goal, right? So nobody really tells you, especially when you're growing up, your teachers and your coach and your mentors, everyone tells you to work hard, but work hard, but hard work alone is not going to get you anywhere, right? You need to have the right, you need to work on the right systems, right, to get the desired results. I mean, if you're an athlete, no doubt working hard is important, right? If you're into Olympics, and if you wanted to be, let's say that I will give you a bodybuilding example, that if you wanted to be a Mr. Olympia, sure, you need to have a genetics, but then you have to work extremely hard in the gym, and sure, you have to build, in order to build muscle, you need to be disciplined. But the problem is that even it sounds very simple, still they need coaches to teach them what type of exercise is required, what type of input is required in what type of time period. If you're an athlete, then of course hard work is important, right? But if you're a business owner, then it's not the hard work. It's basically you need to have the right system, right? So there are certain fields where hard work is important, but in business it's not that important. There are a lot of people working hard, and but very few people. In online business, the ratio is only 10%. 90% business fail, right? So what do you think, that 90% businesses don't work hard, right? They do work hard. They do all their due. They do work hard, but still results are there. It's been 15 to, I think, from dot-com bubble to this day, it's been, I think, 20 years or 25 years. Still the ratio is not improving. The online business, 90% of online business are failing every single year, and the ratio is not decreasing, right? So it's a universal truth, right? Hard work is not going to get you anywhere in business. You don't and in 2026, wealth is not created by effort. It's created by leverage. And leverage means, in simple form, I can tell you, Elon Musk, he has leverage of having system, right? Because they have infrastructure, right? There are people in different industries making a lot of money. They have leverage. So the leverage is something that requires times to build, but once you created that, life becomes much easier. So leverage is basically consist of three things: attention, systems, and skills that scale. So attention means that you have a lot of people, a lot of eyeballs, in other words, a lot of customer systems, which means that these people are actually looking for your offer and service, and they are getting it without you getting involved in this. There are two types of people in this world: people who trade time for money, and the people who build systems that make money without their time. And the people who have systems always have leverage, just like I mentioned earlier, that nothing is better than system, and system is one of the biggest leverage all the rich people have. They have systems that makes money. Okay, let me say something that might trigger you if you're a sensitive person. You don't need more motivation and more hard work, right? Just like I said before, it is a good having hardworking personality is a good quality, right? But it is not necessary to have that type of personality to be good at business, because in business you need right system, right? System makes money in business, not the hardworking person. Right system. So instead of asking yourself, how can I work harder? Start asking, what can I build once that pays me forever? What skills can I learn that multiplies my income? And what system can I create that runs without me? Let me give you an example of Microsoft here. Bill Gates created Microsoft, and he used to tell his business partners that I hire only lazy people, because lazy people actually choose the fastest way to get the right outcome, and that is actually true, right? So here's another example I can give you. If you're an incredibly hardworking person and you're working hard, but your outcome is $0, right? Then what really differentiates you from a person who lay down on the bed, on the couch, all day, playing video games, right? Because you also have input and action, but the outcome is 0, right? So this is where hard work is pointless, right? So you need to first evaluate that, okay, then if I'm taking that action, it is getting me somewhere or not. That is very important, right? So that's why the people who have systems, especially when it comes to money, they have input, which is basically the systems, the proven systems that guarantees that they will make money, right? So this is called the leverage that not a lot of people have right now. And in 2026, if you don't have that, don't even think about making money. You will not make even a single dollar, right? If you don't have leverage. So there's leverage, which means that if you don't know which system to work on to make money, because the future belongs to people who understand this, that effort gets you started. Of course, it's a good quality to get started, right? If you study human psychology, you will see that the most successful people, especially when it comes to money, are people that are hypomaniacs, which means that they're always hyper. In other words, ready to jump on new things in less time, right? And if you have this type of energy level, it can help you to be successful in business, right? But again, the leverage is the number one thing that gets you rich. And what I mean by leverage is system, right? A system that makes you money. So if you're still stuck working hard and trying to figure out why it's not working, and then maybe it's time to, and then I think that it's maybe a time to stop grinding and start building something that actually scales. Because in 2026, the people who win won't be the ones who work the hardest. They will be the ones who finally understand what actually works. So I invite you to join the community and let's work on something that actually works. If you are struggling to make money, if you don't know how to do that, if you're making less than 5K or 10K, you can join my light version of community. And if you are making more than 10 grand, then of course that you can drop the email and my team will contact you. So if you like this video, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you on another side.